Hello and welcome to a new season of the Northstars Show right here on Shaw TV. My name is Jarrett Schneider, and we've had a great weekend here the past weekend getting ready for the Northstars season with the annual tryouts and blue and white game. And we look forward to a great year with a whole crop of brand new players joining the team this year, only a few veteran returning players. And we talked to a couple of the rookie players this year, Mikey, Markus, and Shatford. And we also did an interview with Trent Laycock, who is a veteran and returning player. And stay tuned for my interview with Head Coach John McNevin. Hello, now I'm with Head Coach John McNevin. Now, John, first year head coach here with the Northstars. You mentioned you coached a little bit in the past, but, what are some of the things we can expect to see from you this year as a head coach?
Well, one of the things I've told the board I was going to work on and the parents at the meeting and the players is development. We're going to develop these players as much as possible, preparing for the season. I got to see what they can do for me down the stretch, because this year we have 8 of us only make the playoffs out of the 12. So I got to see what these guys are going to be able to do to get me to where I need to be, and the team has to see that. Once we get where I'm comfortable, then we'll start working on different aspects of the game too. But I expect the kids to get developed and play a fair bit, each kid.
And now, with a few returning players, you got a few of the older guys that are returning. What are some of the things that you expect from them, maybe as a leadership role in the team this year?
Well, definitely the returning veterans need to lead. They need to step up. They need to take the bull by the horns and show that they want to be here and they want to win this year. We're not going to win all our games, but they got to show it and they got to be there for the whole thing. When the team gets down, I expect those guys to be doing the pep talk and getting these kids rolling.
And now, with a whole crop of new young guys too, what do you kind of expect from them as well this year?
A lot of nerves. I expect them to be nervous. When I talked to them at camp, they were on that edge. They were really happy and relieved when they were told they made the team. But I expect them to be nervous. I expect them to do their job. They're all good hockey players in their own right. They all know what their roles are. They know where their top level skills come from, and they know what their weaknesses. I told them all when we picked them what their weaknesses were, and we would work on them. So I expect them to play well, but they're going to be nervous. They're going to make mistakes.
And now we got a couple of weeks here before we kick off the season here at home against Parkland. So what are some of the things that the team's going to be working on in practice over the next few weeks to get ready for these first couple of games?
Systems. We're going to work on getting some systems together, some offensive attacking zone systems, everything that the boys can know, so they all know what they are. The boys are, for the next few weeks, not necessarily going to be in their lines, the next 5 practices not going to be in their lines, but they're all going to work through some systems and stuff. First 2 nights here is going to be a lot of shots on our goaltenders because I have an extra goalie still in camp, and we have 3 extra defensemen still in camp. They're going to be battling it out, but once we get that done, we'll work on systems into breaking in offensive attack zone, defensive systems, how to protect it. Going to work on power play, penalty kill, and regrouping in the neutral zone. Many times you see that our players of all calibers are firing the puck back in the zone when we don't need to. So we're going to be working on possession.
And now we know it is early here, as you mentioned, you've got a couple extra players in camp. But in the long run, what are some of the expectations we can see as fans and some parents as well, looking forward to this team throughout the year?
Some of the things you'll be seeing is different than probably the last few years. Is all the players rotating through the lineup for the first 25, 28 games before we have to make a playoff run. We'll rotate all the players through. So that'll be a different setting than what we've seen in the past. The players obviously have to earn their ice time and stuff. I'm going to give them every opportunity to play. If they make a mistake, which I expect, they're still young men, we're going to work on those. But into the season, I expect it'll be slow, only with 9 returning veterans. So we'll have to see what that's going to take to develop the other 15 players and see how they're going to handle that. If they all turn out as well as we thought, I think we should be okay for the season. We should be an entertaining team, hard-working team. We got some big boys, so it should be an interesting year.
All right, thanks, John, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
You're watching the Northstars Show on Shaw TV.
Hello and welcome back, and I'm with Mikey, Markus, and Glenn Shatford, and they are both rookies on the team this year, both 15-year-olds. First off, cracking the team this year, boys, with the tryouts here the last weekend, what are some of the differences that you guys maybe noticed from Bantam to all the way up here into Midget AAA? And Mikey, maybe we'll start with you on this one.
I don't know, I just think it's faster hockey, and I don't know, just pass the puck way more, and it's easier to play with.
Glenn?
I find the speed definitely is a lot faster, and you have to be a lot smarter out there.
And now, guys, you are both 15-year-olds this year and first years on the team, but do you guys maybe have some goals for yourselves and some things that you'd like to accomplish here? Maybe not so much early in the part of the year, but throughout the whole year as a whole. Glenn?
Just try and make the playoffs now that they changed the format of that, and just try and do our best.
Mikey?
Oh, definitely try to make the playoffs and get some key goals out there and try to get in the double digits in points.
And now, I guess, you guys talk about getting to the playoffs and things, but how are you going to do that? How are you guys going to help the team this year? What maybe personally are you going to do on the ice to help the team get to where we'd like to be towards the end of the year?
Just help out as much as I can. If the guy's there, just feed him and see what our chances are.
Glenn?
Just play my position, play hard D, tough D, and try and stop the puck from going in the net.
And now stepping up to Midget this year, it's a bit of an up, and you'll notice it when we get into some games here, moving all the way up to Midget AAA. But what are some of the challenges that you guys feel maybe ahead of you this season?
Probably the height thing, the faster pace of games, and probably the smarts is going to be a lot harder.
Mikey?
Definitely the speed, and you gotta think fast in this league because you're gonna only have 10 seconds with the puck, maybe less than that, to give it up. So it's gotta be fast.
All right, thanks a lot, boys, and good luck this year.
Watching the Northstars Show on Shaw TV.
And I'm with Trent Laycock. And Trent, you are a second-year Northstar, but you're third-year Midget this year. So, as being a leader on the team this year, what types of things do you look forward to as an older player, and what types of things maybe do you look forward to helping the team with moving forward into the season?
Hopefully being a role model, a leader, just putting the puck in the net if I have to, playing my role, doing whatever it takes.
And now, Trent, with the blue and white game and some of the tryouts this past weekend, you got to see some of the younger players and see some of them throughout the tryouts. Now, what are some of the things that you've seen from the young guys who did make the team this year?
There's a lot of good talent, so that's good. Like we had a lot of spots to fill, so a lot of guys came up, a lot of new faces and stuff, but they're all pretty good. And hopefully they play their role and help us out to make playoffs.
And now you mentioned with a whole bunch of new guys, as you mentioned, with a whole bunch of new spots. What are some of the expectations maybe that you have as one of the older guys, one of the few older guys, for some of these younger guys who are looking to step up this year and play a big role in this team?
Well, hopefully, since it's our last year in Midget, maybe like our last year in hockey for some of us, just try and make playoffs and go for a run. Like, try and make it as far as we can. Have a good year.
And now looking back on last year, really picked it up towards the end and started to play some good hockey towards the end. But, starting off this season, what are some of the expectations that you might have for the team moving forward for maybe, let's say, the first third part of the season?
Well, I'll just finish the games, play like full 60 minutes, do whatever it takes just basically to win the games.
All right. Thanks a lot, Trent.
Yeah, no problem.
And that'll do it for the first episode of the Northstars Show right here on Shaw TV for this year. I would just like to thank all my guests who joined me today, Mikey, Markus, and Glenn Shatford, as well as veteran player Trent Laycock and John McNevin. And thanks for watching.